So earlier I asked you off camera, and you said nobody's ever asked you this before, and you had mentioned like, oh, you feel like you've reached your purpose, and I was like, I'm sorry, can I stop you there for a second? Can you tell me your purpose? I don't think you've told me, and then you just went right into it. So what is your purpose? And because you said you found it, and a lot of people haven't found their purpose yet.
I feel very aligned with my purpose, and I love that you asked the question because it pulled the words out of me for the first time. I haven't been asked that question. And I'm going to try it again, but I don't think it's going to be the same words, but we'll see. I feel that my purpose is to support others' mindset and finding, no, I don't even know anymore. I'm trying to remember it, and now it's not coming out as naturally.
Because you said, okay, I'll give you a little warm-up. It was saying something like helping people be more present, something related to mindset, and then seeing it all the way through.
Thank you. Thanks. I feel like a lot of our minds sometimes are scattered.
Yep.
So I really want to help bring people's mind not only into the present, but help them align more with a life that's really meaningful to them. And if that's through supporting their mind and being more present in the moment, or being more present finding the path that's truly right for them, I feel my purpose is to support people on that journey, to make my life the best it could possibly be, to give the energy and to support people, but also to be with people and support them on that journey that's best for them. That gives me a lot of really great energy. I feel like that helps me align with my purpose.
Is that something you would feel like you can do without getting paid to do it? Or is it something that you would like to turn into a business, coaching? Or is it something you would just want to help friends, strangers, travelers, whoever you come encounter?
Dude, it's a good question because we need money to survive, and a lot of our thoughts go towards money. I'm so grateful at the moment to be in a state where I don't need the money, because I would prefer to just do that because it's what I want to do. When you meet with a friend, you naturally want to support them, you want to help them, and so I love that, and I want to do that. And so I'm so grateful right now that I have the finances to support my life, and then also go on the journey to support others. So writing this book, all the time it took, and then creating it and printing it, that's just all my money that I'm just putting into it. And I already feel that I want to give out a lot of the books. I want to do that. I really hope the book can support someone, and I want to give it out. So it would be wonderful if it could lead me to speaking opportunities, and maybe those could help me do a couple more travels or lead to some finances. But even if it doesn't, as long as it's supporting people's growth, I think it would be so meaningful. It really helped me feel fulfilled, and hopefully it would help other people grow in their life.
So you mentioned that you wrote this book 6 years ago, or at least you started having this idea, and this idea was supposed to be your end goal. Your end goal was to have it completed before 40. You're not even 40, you're turning 35 in 2 days, and this was a 6-year project of yours. What can you say to somebody who, before they can pick up your book, what you would hope for them to gain out of this book if you were handing it to them for free?
I think I used a good word before, which is a loop breaker. I feel that sometimes we get stuck in these loops of thinking. We really desire change, and we want change, and maybe we want it for a couple months, a couple years, or maybe a dozen years that we've wanted something to change in our lives, and we haven't really been able to make it happen. A lot of times we might know the answer, or maybe we're confused on some things, or maybe we don't think it can change. So the book is to support those mental loops we already have to be reframed or reset or broken. If we have this way that we believe something has to be, or maybe we don't even think about it that much, we're just unconsciously going on in our life, this could offer a refocus and a reframe so that we can think a little bit differently about the things we do so normally that could create potentially a massive change in someone's life. That's what I hope. That's my goal when I'm writing each of these sections of the book.
Give me an example of a loop that somebody could possibly be going through that you would hope for them to.
There's such a simple one, but it honestly bugs me. And that's how so many, I feel like, creators release stuff that's important to them, because it bugs them so much they got to talk about it. Like, go through a breakup and they release this information. So for me, it was just how people travel a lot of times. So one of the things in the book is about traveling. A lot of people will travel. Actually, let me ask you this question. How do you feel like if somebody is working all the time in the States, they got a 9-to-5 job, they have a short amount of time, a 2-week time frame to go take a trip, what are they probably gonna do when they're taking a 2-week trip? They can go anywhere, but what kind of itinerary are they probably gonna make?
It could be two different ways. It could be sitting at a resort by the beach, or just in their hotel room, but just checked out, no phones, no emails, or a long list of itinerary. We have to see all these things, all these monuments, all these touristy places, all these food places, because we have 2 weeks or whatever.
Awesome. I actually like the first one you said. If someone really needs a break and they just want to be in their own mind and disconnect from social media and everything, that's really cool. A lot of people do take the second option that you mentioned, and it's just like their default mode of traveling. They don't think about anything else. They just plan tons of stuff. I got a short amount of time. I got to go see all these things. Because I've also heard people, as I've traveled, they're like, you went to that country and you didn't go do that? Why?
Mm-hmm.
And so their mind's not even thinking about the infinite amount of life that can happen. And so there's a chapter dedicated to reframing your thinking around travel so that you can support your mind's growth. Because travel can really drastically change our thinking, our beliefs. But if you go travel and you go see all the sites, then you come home and you completed a checklist. You didn't change anything.
That's very true. And if you're doing a quick Google search, where's the best places to visit in, I don't know, Tijuana or something like that, right? And you just have that list, or in Vietnam. I think, me personally, traveling and finding locals and having an experience with them would be an amazing vacation, an amazing experience. Especially here in Vietnam. Let's just say you made some friends by the bar or having a coffee, and they're like, hey, you seem like a cool guy. Do you want to come to my house and have dinner with my family? That's an amazing experience of learning somebody's culture, because what's going to happen is they're going to feed you delicious food that's not sold at these fancy restaurants or whatever, but it's home cooked meals. And then there's the culture. Vietnam has a huge drinking culture. That's something that you get immersed into. So it's a whole experience. And then you go home back to the States and say, you can't really buy that.
You definitely can't.
No tour guide's gonna sell you, oh, you got to go eat at somebody's house. They'll sell you packages on where you can go cook a meal, but it's not the same experience. I think traveling is all about experience and not about check boxes. Unfortunately, that's the easiest way to make money, is to go through the check boxes, because it's easier for the flow of business. But going through all these types of travel touristy places, it's not worth it. You're waiting in line, you barely get a clean picture because there's so many tourist people in the frame anyways, and it's just, I don't know, a monument or whatever. It's nothing great. And all these food places that get blown up, they're not that great either. They're overpriced, and then the original spot somewhere down the street tastes a lot better and a lot cheaper, but it doesn't have the same hype because they didn't have the marketing power behind it.
So everything you're saying here, not only do I strongly agree with you, and I also would like people to change their mindset to allow more of that to come in. Because if you plan a trip's itinerary, a 12-day trip, in every single moment, you don't allow time for that stuff to happen. It can't exist because you already have your set plan. And you got to rush from one activity to the other. And what you shared is a great way to say it. What I tried to do in the book was to support someone to reframe their mind without putting too much of my opinion in it. Everything you said is an amazing opinion of yours, and I share that as well. And I want to do it in a way that doesn't make somebody who probably is doing that, because it's written to people that are already doing that specific function, to not feel any pressure or any hardship when they're reading it. It should be like a soft, thoughtful idea so that they can reframe and be like, oh, I didn't consider that, or oh, maybe I should try that, whatever it might be. The book is a lot of those to get someone to slowly open up to these ideas.
What about I think, because I used to be the other way around, where it's like I only had 2 weeks of vacation, right? And so you don't want to feel like you wasted 2 weeks and you didn't get to see all these cool foodie spots or these monuments because it's the fifth wonder of the world or something like that. I'll give you an example, like the Golden Hand Bridge in Da Nang.
Oh,
I have a friend who's visiting next week, and he's asking me, hey, is it worth it? And I was like, hey, it is cool, but it's a one-time thing for me personally, because it's a few hours out from the main city. And he's like, you know what? Forget it. You sold me on it. We're not going. I just want to be immersed into the local thing. I was like, that's awesome.
Awesome, man.
I didn't want to tell him no or yes, but I just told him my personal experience is like, it is cool, but it is a whole day's worth of trip. And he's like, no, we only have 2 days. Forget it. I don't want to do it.
Awesome.
So it is cool because it's built the way that it is in the sky, but it's overcrowded. And then you're just walking around, you're taking your pictures for Instagram, and you go home. Where's the real experience? It's just the Instagram photo.
That, to me, is the definition of sightseeing. I can't understand why it is that enjoyable of a thing.
But sightseeing could be just walking down an alley in Vietnam, and that's pretty cool. This coffee shop that we're at right now is an alley. It's actually built between two houses. This is technically an alley. She just opened a month ago. It's all about relationships.